The last set of notes in Unit 2 is geometric applications, and we are going to look at geometry problems involving perimeter and area. In this first problem, we want to find the perimeter of this triangle, which is 50 inches around, and we want to find the length of each side. The standard formula for the perimeter of a triangle is to add up the three lengths of the sides. So in this case, we want to substitute in the given values into the formula. So we're going to substitute in x plus 2, x, and 2x, and we know that they're going to add up to equal 50. Then we can go ahead and combine our like terms. We can combine x, x, and 2x, which will add up to 4x, and 4x plus 2 equals 50 is the equation that we need to solve. We would do that by subtracting 2 from both sides. That would leave us with 48 equals 4x. And then we would divide both sides by 4, and that would leave us with x equals 12. Now, at that point, we only know that x equals 12, and we've solved for one of the sides, but it wants to find the length of each side, so we then need to find the length of the other two sides by adding 2 to get 14 for the second side, and then by multiplying by 2 to get the third side, which would give us 24 inches. So we have 12 inches, 14 inches, and 24 inches. Alright, the next problem says the perimeter of the following figure is 72 centimeters, and we want to find the length of each side. Now, the standard formula for perimeter of a rectangle is 2L plus 2W. And if we substitute the given values into the formula, we would have 72 equals 2x plus 2 times 3x minus 4. Now notice that we put that quantity 3x minus 4 in parentheses for the width. At this point, we would just go ahead and solve it just like every other equation we've seen throughout Unit 1. We would distribute the 2, which would leave us with 6x minus 8. We would then combine our like terms. 2x plus 6x would combine to give us an 8x, and we'd have 72 equals 8x minus 8. We would add 8 to both sides. We'd have 80 equals 8x, and then we would divide both sides by 8, and we would be left with 10 equals x. Now at that point again, we have to make sure that we actually answer the question. We know that x equals 10, which gives us one side, but we still have to make sure that we answer the entire question. The other part of it is 3 times 10 minus 4, which would tell us that the other side is 26. Okay. The next problem tells us a rectangular garden has an area of 54 square feet, and we want to know the width of the garden if the length is 6 feet. Okay. Now, remember that area equals length times width is the standard formula for area. So if we plug in the values we know at this point, we would have 54 equals 6x or 6w. If we continued to solve this equation, we would divide both sides by 6, and we would find out that x equaled 9. Now, that would tell us that the dimensions of the garden are 9 by 6, and we have our solution. The next one tells us the perimeter of the following figure is 94 inches, and we need to find the length of each side. Okay? Now, you solved one very similar to this already in the 2 examples prior to this one. So I want you to try this one on your own. Even rewind the video if you need to go back and look at the example again. Okay? Okay, pause it, see what you can do on your own, and then see if your answer matches mine. Did you come up with 14 and 33? If not, go back and check my work and see where you may have gone wrong. Alright, here's the next one. We have a perimeter of a triangle, which is 82 centimeters, and you need to find the length of each side. This one is also very, very similar to one that we did earlier. So again, if you need to go back into the notes and reference how it was done, pause this and see what you come up with. 20, 22, and 40 are the magic numbers for this triangle. Alright, and the last one says that the perimeter of a mirror is 88 inches. If the length of the mirror is 24 inches, what is the width? And it's assumed that this mirror is rectangular. So remember that the perimeter of a rectangle is 2L plus 2W. So again, you've seen a few like this, so if you need to peek back in those notes, go ahead and pause this and see what you come up with. I found that the width was 20 inches in this case. There's a few ways you could do this one. I personally am a visual person, so I like to draw a picture first. Okay. I then use the perimeter equation, perimeter equals 2L plus 2W, and plugged in the values that I already knew and solved the equation from there. And that is it for applications with perimeter and area in this set of notes. If you find some other application problems in ALEKS, which there may be a few variations of from these notes in the pie, feel free to bring those up in class or send me questions on those, but make sure that you don't wait until the last minute. Have a good day.